G'day, ZiggyD here. Today, Path of Exile got its very own EVE Online style story. I'm going to be talking about the secret metacrafting methods shaking the Path of Exile economy to its core. Clickbaity enough intro, let's get into it. So lately, the Chaos to Exalt ratio has been inflating rapidly. Warband has some of the highest Chaos to Exalt ratios ever seen in a challenge league before. Most players, including myself, concluded that either more chaos were being produced and less consumed, or that the removal of Eternal Orbs saw more Exalt used by the general population. Well, it turns out that Exalts were being consumed more rapidly than before, but not in the way we thought. Recently, a group came forward claiming to reveal their secret crafting methods that they had been using to acquire an unbelievable 72 Mirror of Calandras in about a month. Mirror of Calandra, the most valuable and rare currency in the game, is rarely even seen by most players, and it is said that finding one is about as common as winning your local lottery. This group revealed that you can use the metacrafting mods given by masters to easily craft +3 bows and staves, powerful endgame items used by some builds that are currently very popular. The method used to craft +3 bows is as follows. Roll a single stat +2 bow gems. Add cannot roll attack mods with Katarina. Regal, which is safe because only one prefix that can roll is +1 gems. So if you hit the +1 gems, then good, if not you exalt. After you hit the +1 gem, remove the Katarina modifier and add the Leo mod for increased damage over time. From this point you can simply exalt out the remaining suffixes. And now you have a +3 poison arrow bow with 30% increased damage over time, which they said sold frequently for 15 to 45 exalts, only costing a few exalts to craft. This method was undeniably clever, and could have been used by anyone with enough starting wealth and access to a couple level 8 masters to make an incredible amount of wealth. What took only a few exalts to craft could be resold for many times that amount, as demand was high and knowledge of these methods extremely limited. But apparently, this was only part of the story. The next day, another player came forward sharing the rest of the metacrafting methods, claiming that the original group had also used these, but didn't want to reveal them. This method made it possible to salvage an item with perfect prefixes ruined by bad suffixes, and vice versa. Using the meta mod, suffixes or prefixes cannot be changed allows you to scour all of the other modifiers off an item while keeping the desired prefix or suffixes. This was mind-blowing to the majority of the community because it was believed that scours would simply remove all of the items from the rare, turning it back into a white item. Think of how many items there might be out there that had 3 near-perfect prefixes or suffixes, but were spoiled by 1 or 2 other trash affixes. When first discussions occurred about the possibility of using metacrafting mods in this way at the start of Forsaken Masters, some top-level crafters claimed that scours would remove all affixes on an item, and that it wasn't possible to do this. For most people, it was way too much investment in time and currency to actually test their claims. So the majority of the community went on not knowing about this method. When this was revealed to the community en masse yesterday, ZiggyD's lead developer came forward seemingly surprised that this wasn't more widely known. He later updated that this method has been possible since the introduction of mastercrafting 1 year ago. Whether these crafters made a simple mistake and the misinformation was carried forward, or whether they knowingly misled the community to keep an advanced crafting strategy secret, it is impossible to know for sure. But it is 100% clear that some knew of this method and have used it for some time to gain great wealth by purchasing imperfect items cheaply to craft into top tier items to sell for great profit. This might not be all there is to the story as well. The player who revealed the additional crafting method also claims that the group boasting the 72 mirrors had also been using a secret version of the PoE trade item crawler to find items and trades much more rapidly than most people can. Looking for specific items such as Mirror of Calandras and contacting the owners before anyone else allowed them to purchase things extremely cheaply. It's even alleged that this group had a way to scan inventories to be alerted to the existence of new mirrors owned by new players, and that they would use this knowledge to buy these mirrors off the knowledge-lacking newbies for way below their value. No solid evidence has been put forward to support these claims as of yet. There's likely more to this story than what has been revealed so far, but this is shaping up to be an incredibly interesting turn of events regardless of how you feel about the actions of those involved. It's become clear that there is way more going on behind the scenes in Path of Exile's economy than the average player would ever suspect. But what are the impacts of this? Is the economy broken now? I'd like to address these questions in this video as well to prevent people from becoming too disheartened with some of these changes. As Chris Wilson mentioned in his blog post today, they've often found when players use the word broken to describe the economy, they mean two things. A, it's reacting to a behaviour change in the correct way, or B, it's different than what they're used to. The truth is that economies change and shift all the time, sometimes slowly and sometimes dramatically. These changes are the economy working correctly. With this reveal, there will be likely some big shifts and corrections of the market, some of which will take a bit of time to occur. The biggest set of potential changes that will affect most players, and what I hear most people concerned about, is the price of mid to high-end items, the ones that are generally priced in Exalts. For many of these items, they've had a fixed price in Exalts for some time that has not changed much, while at the same time the Chaos price of Exalts has gone up dramatically. For many items it will reach a point, and for many it already has, where these items will simply stop selling. It will take some time for sellers to recognise this, but eventually many will lower their asking amount of Exalts for their items, or they will relist in Chaos Orbs. Of course, things can sometimes react unpredictably, but I encourage people not to be too disheartened by change, especially before natural market corrections have taken course. Even if there is a period of awkwardness, you will in the end still be able to buy the items you want, just maybe it will be done in bulk Chaos instead of Exalts. Finally, I'd like to say a big thank you to ZiggyD and the trading community for what has shaped up to be a super interesting story. I always loved reading about the corporate espionage and secret happenings in EVE Online, and now PoE has its very own story to share. And congratulations to the players who cleverly hid and took advantage of these crafting and trading methods. Wealth and the ire of many, well earned I would say. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed my summary. I encourage you guys to discuss, perhaps somewhat heatedly, in the comments below. That is it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.